I'm trying to get the ball rolling again. Let's get a plan. Let's get things done. What is your goal for the week? I think about, what the last year brought, and I still want to be productive. I don't want to slow down, but sometimes the slower days are good, and I have to accept that there will be some slow days and that I have to push past the comfort of the slow days and start doing. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I'm going through right now. I'm trying to get the ball rolling again. I'm trying to get myself in that mindset of like, okay, let's get a plan. Let's get things done. What is your goal for the week? What do you want to do today? How are you going to break it down? What are the things that helped you last year that you could, use again this year? And what are some new things that I could add, or some things that I could take away that didn't work out last year? So I decided to take a moment to just record and see what I put down on paper. I'm going to show you just a little bit of my planning for this week, and most of the things that I will write down, I think potentially will last into the next months. Some are bigger goals than others. Yeah, and so I'm going to show you a glimpse of the planner. Um, this particular planner is the teacher lesson planner. The lesson planner has a lot of space, a lot of areas to designate specific tasks. So I'm just gonna let you see what I'm thinking for this week and going forward. And of course, everything changes, and it's okay for things to change. It's okay to modify, because eventually those changes lead you to where you're supposed to be, where you're supposed to be at that time, in that present time. So I'm going to go ahead and let you zoom into my notebook and, just give a little bit of my own personal insight into planning, weekly planning, monthly planning, all of those good things. So if you are feeling like you're stuck, if you're feeling like you are not able to move forward for some reason, I hope that this video will help you get motivated to get started. So I added big categories to each of my sections here. And I really liked using a really bright, a really bright color. It's very visually, um, it stands out. It grabs my attention. So I really love that. I've been using these colors, these double-ended markers to color in my notebooks. And so I'm using it now during my planning process. And I think it really highlights what I'm trying to achieve. I also, because I love to doodle, because I like to draw, sometimes adding like little dots, stars, arrows, anything like that makes it fun for me to add things. Bullet points is what I meant to say earlier. But yeah, definitely adding a little bit of extra fun to your planning process is really, really good. I also I liked having the black, it's the contrast to the color, so I can really focus in on each of those sections, each of those things that I want to accomplish. Um, and then maybe what I could also do is add like a little bit of a box. So I can go in like, let's see, what color can I use? Let's do it like an orange, a deep orange. And I can add a little bit of a little square so that if I do end up accomplishing it in the month of February, I am able to check it off. And what I usually do is whatever I don't get accomplished, I will move over to the next month or the next week. So I don't put that much pressure on myself, but I still visually see it, so I know I have to get it done. So it just adds a little bit more motivation. So I've added categories for like my social media, posting on social media, video ideas, resource creation, and also a health section. And then on this side, I'm going to focus more on my books, promoting my books, creating my books. So, yeah, that's the plan I'm going to do over here. So, I'm starting off this side um, with my book related goals. So, for January, I am also figuring out other ways to promote my books and to spread the word, share with others. What can I add here? So I actually also want to dedicate some time to creating my next books. So I'm going to put book creation. And I'm also adding, so there's another section here. I'm gonna add a personal or miscellaneous section, because sometimes I get random things that just pop up and I need to write something random down. So I'll add it to this section. And then the last one, I'll add household, because sometimes there are very specific house chores or house related things that are um, also can be time consuming. So I need to organize those and check things off of my list there. So let's put household. And so after that, then I'll start adding my individual thoughts currently at the moment. And of course, I can always add more. And if I don't have enough room, then I can move on to the next page. So I'm gonna go ahead and write some things that I already know I want to do. All right, so this is what I came up with. I'm also gonna add some boxes over here. Some of these are long-term goals, so it'll take a little bit longer to complete, but I just felt like writing them down and keeping track of them. Some will get done faster, and that's okay. That's what I want. So basically, I've added my book creation, book promotion at the top, and some more personal things at the bottom. And I think I really got a good start for the new year. I've got my foundation, and then if I need to break these down a little bit further, then I can do that as I go along. But at least for January, I've started my goal process. And for me, it looks manageable. But like I said before, things could change. I don't have to stick to this exact form. I can switch up every week. I can modify my planning pages and break it down even further. So, um, yeah, I think this will be really, really, really good. A good start to the new year. So, what do you think? I really have enjoyed using my markers. I always feel happy using markers when I plan. Yeah, so I finished my planning page. It's a work in progress, but I needed to start. I needed to get started. My brain was just going on with ideas like, what do I do first? What can I do? this month. I know that I can easily overwhelm myself if I don't write things down. So I think this was a good way for my brain to settle itself down, to say it's okay, just get it down on paper, and that'll help you get started. So I feel like this is going to be a good start for me. Um, I feel a little bit lighter, and I have a plan. I have my action plan, and I'm the type of person that likes to know the plan, but I don't necessarily need a linear way to go. Sometimes I like to hop around and do other things that I'm not, well, other things that I think I can accomplish faster, I'll do those first. Um, and sometimes when I really need to get something done, I'll focus on that too. So it's variable. Things get done in a varied way, but eventually they do get done. So if you are kind of in that same position where you're like getting this year started has been a little bit rougher, then I encourage you to write it down. Write down your thoughts on paper, and it'll get you through. It'll get you through each day, each week, and each month. Um, I'm sending you all of my love and support, and I hope you have a wonderful start to your new year. Um, this planner is available for everyone for purchase on Amazon, Walmart, Barnes and Noble. So check it out. It's not just for teachers. So you can write and doodle all over it. So I encourage you to share the video for those that are wanting a little bit more motivation out there. Subscribe. I can't wait to hear from you, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I just feels weird to talk to the camera. I haven't done it in a long time.